I want to show this to everybody on ye old Robin Hood. Look at a couple of the ETFs I be talking about, the House AMC, and that is fucking it up right now. I'm putting it on the 1 month so you can get just a broad overview of what's been going on for a month now. And just study this. Take a mental picture of this chart. Now close your eyes. Don't look. Don't peek. Keep them closed. Open your eyes. Does it look like I changed the chart? Because I did. You were looking at URTY, now you're looking at UWM, but wait, there is more. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Go ahead and open them. You still looking at the same chart? You don't even know at this point, do you? You just like, because now you're looking at IWM, not UWM. Yeah, it's wild. I'm just going through and looking at all of the heavy hitting AMC ETFs. Every single one of them is for a month has been following the exact same pattern. Exact. Oh, let me look at one more too. Let's see if I know this has some AMC in it. Yep. Good God. That's five. 5 ETFs. 5 that house AMC that are tracking identically. I fucking identically is what this should say. That's insane. That's manipulation. That should never be happening. And when you have 5 different ETFs that you can fucking short, well, that's how you end up with this shit right here. That's exactly how you end up with this. If it wasn't for the consistent buying of retail and them only being able to, I don't want to say only, them rerouting 67% of it, this chart would look identical to the rest. Absolutely 100% identical. It almost does. Like, if you look at the other ones and just from a broad perspective, the dips on it, the ups on it, it's all very, very similar. I don't know, because again, they're using the ETFs to short. It's not exactly going to follow AMC to a T. I think that the 35 to 45 is the range they're going to be fucking with it. Because now that I've gone and looked at that, just decided to look at that, there's a good chance they may get super ballsy and push it down between like 33 and 35 before it starts like any sort of a significant bounce and return. I don't know. I'm looking at it as like here. I'm looking for this. This is where they had no problem really shoving it down to, but then it had to pop back up. They couldn't keep pushing it down there. So it was around 50.22 on UWM, and I think it's like around 209 on IWM. So again, patterns. When they give you something like this, when they give you identical fucking charting, it's a lot easier to identify patterns because they look exactly the same. It's already a type of pattern. But that this may not be true. This may have been the lowest point they could have got to. Again, I need a broader picture. at that point in time before they realized, yeah, this is about as far as we can short for these, for whatever reason. Whether there's no more shares to short, I don't know. ETFs are brand new for me. Looking into the shorting of this is all brand new. I'm learning as I go. So it's possible, but I mean, this is basically a head and shoulders starting over here. But it could only be like a half a shoulder that comes down. They may only be able to get down to like right here and then whip it around. But I do believe I'm still holding true to the 35-45 range is where I still think that they're going to keep this, trying to keep this. Yeah, it's already around like the 37.50 mark, so 37.35. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is more so signifying that they're in trouble. Like they really, really, really need some people to sell some shit off, like badly. So the only thing I can think of is that we're definitely getting closer to where we want to be and where we're trying to get to, because they are working overtime today. Like overtime today to get this shit down as cheap as they can today. I don't know. I'm going to keep watching it. Like I said, I'm not making any more purchases other than shares. I'll buy shares, but as far as the options chain goes, like I said, I'm still working on data for myself. There's certain areas that would be, the pattern when it changes, where it'd be a good time to buy, but, be ready to sell very, very quickly for options, just to be able to still make money throughout this. If you don't know anything about options, if you do not trade options, if you never traded options, this is not a strategic level for you to even be considering. I'm just telling you that right now. The only reason I'm comfortable doing this and coming up with a strategy for this because I understand options. I know how they work. I'm really good with patterns. I intend to one of these years literally it'll probably be after the crash, have a brand new trading program developed for retail investors to be able to put their money in, and it's going to basically trade kind of how the hedge funds trade. They just get to throw their money into a fucking machine and it recognizes these patterns and makes them a shitload of money in split seconds. So we don't have that luxury right now, but we will. We will. So yeah, I'm just going to be watching this, guys, because now it's starting to track that 35 to 45. And I want to see just how low they'll push it. And see it's sticking around this 37.50 area, which is kind of where I thought they'd be, bouncing it around 37.50 to that 42. But we'll see. We'll see. Now that I looked at those charts and I compared how low they've gone before they started ticking back up, that looks like that's their comfort drop zone, where they can't really go below that or won't really go below that for whatever reason. It's the computer. The computer's making that decision. So I would not be shocked to see us today possibly go under 36 towards the 35 before it starts seeing an uptick. But again, I'm still thinking that 37.50 to 42, somewhere like close to that, is where this thing's going to be bouncing. And I only say that because I think that's where it's gathering data based on what it did the past couple weeks. That's its data gathering point. In between that like $5-ish range is where it's gauging you guys. It's where it's comfortable pushing it up, dropping it down, seeing where people are buying options, seeing where people are selling options, seeing where people are buying shares, seeing where people are selling shares. And then it can come up with an overall plan between that $10 range to just fuck you up. Like literally, that's what it's doing. It's exactly what it's doing. It's what I would do if I developed a program to make money. I would do exactly what it's doing, but in reverse, not to fuck retail investors over, but to take advantage of the system as a whole and how it's trading. Yeah, see, now we're skipping up from that 37.50 area. But again, like I said, this right here is gauging. This motherfucker is working overtime. And this is probably going to be an area where it wants to try to get people to buy options. See if this is an area where they can get, some options activity going. And that's exactly what it looks like it's doing. It's the same shit. Same shit. I wonder if they'll let it go to 38, 38.50-ish. Maybe 39. Maybe really get some buyers to come in and then fucking push that shit back down like around 37.50 or under. See if it'll go down to that 36-ish zone. I don't know. Still watching it. My advice personally, well, I'm not giving advice, but for me personally, I'm not buying shit right now until I have a little more information from this thing. Excuse me. If it starts ripping, like if it starts going, if this shit like right here, right now, were to like fucking just fly up to 40, yeah, I'd be throwing some money in there because that's something's going on, something that not computer related. Like I said, this thing moves methodically. This number, this computer, it moves methodically. You can see when it's the computer, and you can fucking see when it is not. So yeah, keep watching this. A little earlier than I wanted to be on noon, but still, I was just looking at those ETFs and was like, holy shit, wow. Like, that's just incredible. So, get out of here, and I gotta watch these charts, see where this is gonna go. Looks like it's gonna be heading up to that 38.50, 39 mark, maybe. Get some of that premium money. I don't know. We'll see. Later.